I gave you the babies that we have in from Harrisburg. There's 15. If you can remember those 15, I'm sure you can remember those 15. We have Path to Totality, Sebastian Yu, Beach Boutique, Rooney, Blue Chip, I'll Play It Alone, Libero, Hanover, Johan, and Forged in Fire, Arctic Forest, Pine Creek, Willpower, Fashion. Then we had 4. 2 were sent to us privately, and those were Marzank, Hanover, Rose Run, Versatile, and then the 2 that were, Rose Run, Versatile, Watch Ave, and the 2 purchased by our clients were Film Fanatic and Marzank, Hanover. So those were the first 15 from Harrisburg. We had a whole pile here. There's not really much to tell you about. The drone's coming Saturday. I can tell you all about them after the drone session. We still have shares left in a few of these. These have all changed. So we have upwards of 72 to 76 babies on site. We do have some horses we broke for people that are still here that we've counted, but they may be leaving. So that leaves us with that number of, as I said, that's a little fluid, that number. We have more than 70 and less than 77. How's that? For sure right now. For those of you out there saying, hey, Anthony, you going to the Ohio sale tomorrow? No, I'm not. I looked at every yearling in that sale. We have more than enough Ohio breds. The only one I found interesting when I looked through them quickly was one of the first horses in the ring, which was a filly by McCardle. And not near enough to go and purchase her. I just thought she was interesting. So, with all the yearlings, there's no point in me really running through a list of yearlings. And I know, listen, a little disclaimer. We've had a lot of horses come in. Some go out. Some be sold. Some move around. So forgive me if I missed a horse. If your horse is still turned out, outside of White Tiger, Lawmaker, the horses we turned out that had long, pretty successful summers, they're going to be coming back around December 15th. Actually, I might bring them back on the 7th or 8th for you guys to see, so they're on site potentially. But Lawmaker's getting 3 months, so he's not coming back till the end of January. Cruising in Style will be back probably Christmas time, which means there's no point in me taking White Tiger back until then. So those 3 are going to stay in Ohio. They're turned out in Ohio at Winterwood Farms. They're going to stay in Ohio, stay turned out there. The other horses will start to come back around soon after, and our barn will swell to just north of 140 horses. So what I'm going to do right now is go through our 3 stables. I'm going to give you 3 stables. We have Kevin McMaster, Harry Polton, Jason McGinnis, obviously. Quite a few horses on these lists. Some of them really close to qualifying. Some of them have qualified. I don't think any of them are sold yet. There are some horses that we are going to sell, though, in a little while. Sally DeVee is up for sale right now. Finished 2nd in 57 the other night. I haven't got to training Boldness yet. I trained just a tad today. I was very happy with him. So, let's start. We're going to start with Kevin McMaster's barn. He's got a lot of horses getting really, really close to qualifying. American League, top of the list. He's really close within the next 10 days, I think. American League will be qualified. Art Seeker is back jogging and training now. He's going to need about 3 weeks to get ready. He's really on our dispersal list as of right now, unless he really wows me when he comes back. He's going to race a few times, couple, 3 times, and then be sold likely. He's getting close. He's getting close to a number of plateaus. And with a really mediocre fall, it's really hard for me to stick my neck out any longer for this horse. So Art Seeker, really it's in his hooves, in his hands now, what he wants to do or whether he wants to stay. But I would say he's probably on the dispersal list as of right now when he comes back. Be My Delight looked tremendous training the other day. Watch Kevin going with her. If you guys watched all the drone sessions, you saw her and the white-faced filly Quartz Blue Chip go by us as we were turning to go the right way. And this filly looks really, really good. Both her, the next horse on the list, Better Call Mike. A lot of these horses are really starting to look good. So Be My Delight, probably I'm going to say 2 weeks from qualifying. I'd have to check with Kevin, but I know he's been in 210 with her, so a couple of weeks from qualifying. Better Call Mike, same thing, couple of weeks from qualifying. He looked good training the other day. Boldness, still under Kevin's care, but needs to come up. He's going to come up with me. I'm going to give him 2 weeks of my time, and he'd want to make use of it. Because after, why does this thing get all blurry? There. After that 2 weeks, Boldness is going to find himself either closer to the qualifying list or on the dispersal list. I think this horse will make a racehorse someday, but I can't continue to ask people to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. You know, I know he's only 2, but he's still doing the same things he was back in June. Maybe less, looking a little bit better, but I would hope to see some sort of a improvement in this horse, and I haven't seen it yet. So Boldness, again, another horse. Better tighten your socks up, Boldness. I always say it's not like he watches these. Anyway, Boldness, he's got 2 weeks of my time coming. He hopefully will not waste it. Book the Bet has had a long season. We gave her a month. Kevin's been lobbying for a long time to get a month off for this filly. Finally gave her a month off. She actually earned it. I drove her exceptionally hard 2 starts ago, and she raced well. She raced a lot better than I drove her, and her last start she raced well again. So Kevin wanted to give her some time, so we did. Next is Cash In On Me. He's been 212, 214 range, but looked good doing it. This horse is a big, big colt. And like Kevin said, he said, you know, he's just so big. He's getting better, though, and I was really happy with what I've seen lately of Cash In On Me. Cruising with Angus is close to qualifying. I'm going to say 2.5 weeks. I'm going to say 17 days. Cruising with Angus will be qualified. But we'll see. Kevin really, really likes him. He likes what he's been doing. He really liked the way he trained the other day. So we'll see what happens with Cruising Angus. He was already ready to go once, as I said to Kevin. He qualified in 2-2. He gets sick, and he got a little colicky. Then he gets sick again, and we turned him out, which is probably the best thing we could have done. This colt looked tremendous the other day training. Dancing at Midland. He's taking his time with him. He is qualifying Thursday. And then he is another horse. We're going to race him 2 or 3 more times. He's on the dispersal list also. It's unfortunate, but that's racing. I mean, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. We've done all we can to keep this horse good, keep him sound. He's slipped a couple of times and faltered. He was a little sore after his last start. Kevin wanted to give him a little time, which turned into a little more time, a little more than I'd like, but that's the way it goes. He'll be qualifying on Thursday afternoon. Dancing on My Own's getting close. She's also, I'm going to say, less than 3 weeks away. I think he's been in 210 a couple of times with her. I would hope she'll be ready to go by the time our open house is there. He should have 3 or 4 horses ready to qualify. Dewey Ann, obviously, we're just taking our time with Dewey. I don't know what to do with Dewey. She's another one like Boldness. Needs to come up in the top barn. I'm going to fool around with her for a little while, see if we can get her trained down. She was a horse we were kind of stalling with and waiting with. We were thinking of breeding her, to be honest. And I don't really know what to do. So first and foremost, I'm going to try and get her back to the races. They've been putting the jogging miles into her today. I saw her jog again today. But I'll be taking her up to, I keep saying taking her up to the top barn. There's no room in the top barn. I'm going to take her to Shed Row 5 and fool around with her for the next month and see if we can't get her back going towards the races. Hold Steady's back training. I can't say for certain how much Kevin has been with Hold Steady. You know, he's just starting back. I don't think he's trained him. If he did, he just trained him slow. I'm going to say he's at least a month away, but looks good. I saw him train him the other day. He trained him in 25 or something, it looked like to me, and I thought the horse looked pretty good. If I knew Susie's racing, she was second the other night at London. Yeah, just a B-track horse. She's beating around and doing what we need her to do, picking up checks. Hopefully she has a good winter. Candy Max back going. Another horse I don't know how much him or Majesty Boy have trained, but I know they've trained a little bit. Both look good when I saw them. Candy Max filled out and put some weight on, so obviously a physical transformation. I would hope we can see something from him in the near future. Majesty Boy. So Majesty Boy, another horse like Candy Mac, training down good. He looks filled out also and looks better. Exactly what we need them to do. We turned them out to let them fill up and grow up. Fill out and grow up, and that's exactly what they did. Master Saver. Now, Master Saver's a little bit different. He's 3 turning 4. We gave him some time off because he was lame. He was hurting. Man, oh man, he come back with a vengeance. He looks real, real good. Kevin's really impressed with him. I'm really impressed with him. He looks sound. He looks sharp. He looks ready to go. Should have turned that off. He looks ready to go. So, Master Saver, I guess 2 weeks probably away, I would hope. He's ready to go. Then we have Quartz Blue Chip. Quartz Blue Chip's training down. She's in the same boat as, say, Dancing on My Own. Very close, but how close? I'd say 3 weeks maybe, I guess, away. She's starting to look good also. She always did. You know, I want to see her consistently look good, and I'm waiting to see that. Last, always last, just because of alphabetical order, is my boy Road Tripper. He looked good. I saw him train this morning. I think he's probably a month away. I mean, I own almost all of them, so what do you care? But he's almost a month away. I'm going to say 3 weeks to a month away also. I'm hoping we can qualify him without the hobbles on, because he is a good-looking boy without them on also. We did race him, if you remember. We raced him a couple of times without hobbles and then put them on him. He did take a mark on 158, and I've always been an advocate of his, and I think that the horse has got a bright future. So hopefully Road Tripper makes it back real good. We can keep the hobbles off him and start racing him in Toronto this winter. That's Kevin's barn. If I missed somebody, if I missed your horse, please don't flip out at me. Just kindly send me a message. Say, hey, Anthony, you missed my horse. I'll be happy to tell you about your horse. Obviously, this is a fluid time of year. A lot of horses going out, a lot of horses being sold, coming in, going to different barns, and sometimes I do miss one. This is last week's list, or 2 weeks ago's list, so things have changed in the barn, and horses have probably come in, but I don't have a real-time list. I apologize. I just had a lot on my plate the last 72 hours. I almost didn't do a video today, but obviously, I want to make sure you guys get informed. So, that's Kevin's barn. We'll be back in a minute with Harry's barn, Jason's barn. And also, I'll give it a little shout-out. Jared Bothwell has both Sally DeVee and Pay the Line Blue Chip is going to her. They're swimming, racing out of the pool. Jared does a great job. He's stabled in Guelph, Ontario, not far from my house at First Line. You may say, why aren't you stabled there? Because they don't have 140 stalls there. That's why. So, that's Kevin's barn. Also, Jared's got those two horses. We'll be back in a minute with Harry's barn and Jason's barn.